Lombroso. Lombroso comes from the positivist or the Italian or also called the biological theory or school of crime. What does Lombroso say? Lombroso says that you can identify a criminal by his physical features. Hence, crime is not a really product of demons possessing you or you exercising your free wills. It is something which is biological in nature. So you were born as a criminal. And how do you identify a criminal? Through his facial features or his bodily features, such as whether does he have a long nose, long and a broad nose, or does he have a very big forehead, or he has red eyes, or his lips are twisted, or he has twisted hands or legs, or does he have anything which resembles the demon or something which looks ugly. So now there are plenty of problems with this theory. First of all, the idea is how do you define what is ugly and what is beautiful? Because in certain cultures, a long nose and a broad nose might be considered beautiful, or it might be a norm because of their genetics. So, for example, usually it is assumed that people from the African race have big nose. So, therefore, according to Lombroso, it would imply that all of them are criminals just because they have certain physical features. Now, this is a very problematic interpretation and a very shallow one because even our general perception is that when we see a scary looking person or a person who does not live up to the expectations of the beauty in the society or is disabled to the extent that people are giving the person looks, which is not the fault of this person, this will imply, according to Lombroso, that he is a criminal. And that way, probably the society will start rounding up such individuals and start punishing them for crimes they did not commit. So, this is a very flawed theory and no longer accepted. And this theory is also known as atavism. So, the idea is that they are insane and born as such, and since physical features are something that they obviously cannot change, hence they are again beyond reform, and there is no focus on reformation or rehabilitation of such individuals. And the sad part is that Lombroso was one of the leading criminologists, and his thoughts were actually believed in our society for a long time, especially in the American culture. If you've seen certain movies wherein earlier the people from the African race, the black race, they were displayed as barbaric and animals. And in their movies, they have shown that how do you identify a criminal, how do you identify a bad person? That was through the color of their skin, their big features, and anything which did not resemble the white Caucasian race. So, this was a form of creating discrimination, and you might wonder why something like this was allowed to prevail. So this is a normal political and socio-economic difference and discrimination that is created in our society. So a race is considered inferior to the other race, and how do you ensure that happens? You say that certain features they have are backward or animalistic, and this is a way for one race to maintain their social hegemony, and they do so by saying that the other one is bad. So hence they actually get a better position for themselves by branding others as criminals. So this perception still exists in our society today, though it is unsaid, and it is like an open secret. So a person who is not looking good, who is not looking what the society wants them to look, they will be branded as something eccentric, strange, or probably criminals.